Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, August 30th. Now the time is 9:50 a.m. and I already got my first order of the day. It's from Cornershop, $13.44, only going a kilometer to the customer's house. My goal today is to work about 5 to 6 hours because I have a dinner to go to tonight. And we'll see how much I make on a weekday on a suburban area. If you're new here, my name is Chloe and I do Uber Eats, DoorDash, SkipTheDishes, Cornershop, and Instacart. And subscribe to my channel. So let's go. Hey guys, it's the next day, Wednesday. I had a great time at my dinner yesterday. The restaurant was great. It was one of a kind. The food was actually beat my expectation and the atmosphere was just awesome. I had never seen anything like that before and I was very fortunate to be invited into that dinner. So well, now let's get into the orders that I've taken yesterday and how much I actually made and how long it took me yesterday. So let's go. So the first order was the Cornershop batch that I took, $13.44, only going 1 kilometer to the customer's house. The batch was pretty good. It was not a lot of items. There was 1 case of water, which I didn't mind because it's going to a house. And the customer ended up tipping me $11 and I made $25.40 in total. The second order is a Loblaws delivery only order. And I didn't want to take it at first because it's $15.34 going close to 10 kilometers. But after I've done that Cornershop batch, I just kept on declining not decent offers because they're just trash. And I waited 20 minutes until this Loblaws delivery only order pop up. And it's going to a area that I think I'll get orders. So I decided to take a gamble and I don't know if it paid off. So when I was waiting at the Loblaws parking lot and I saw that staff member carrying a cart with a bunch of drinks, I was like, uh-oh, this order doesn't look good. But I didn't have a chance to check it because it was raining, it was pouring yesterday, and I didn't want to get out of the car. So I let her load up everything into my trunk, and I drove to the drop-off spot where it's an industrial area with a bunch of offices. When I get to where the drop-off is, I opened the trunk and I noticed the order has 5 cases of water, 1 case of Gatorade, 1 case of Nestea, and 1 case of Coke. And it's going to a business. And when I get to the drop-off, the office was dark, so I thought they were closed. So I was like, okay, I can drop it just to the front door and let them deal with it. But no, when I opened the door, it's actually open. And then when I walked in, I saw 2 people at the office just chatting. And when I get to the office, I told them, can I just leave it at the front door? Because it's raining. Like, I don't feel comfortable carrying drinks on a rainy day. And one of them was like, no, can you carry it to the office? And I'm like, dude, it's raining outside. Like, I just need some help. Like, come on. And I only get paid $15.34 for that. Oh, wait. Not really $15.34. Oh, I actually carry it to the office. After I actually click complete on the Instacart app, it says I made $15.74. And Instacart actually high tips too. Like, did you notice that? Comment down below if you know. They did high tips too. Why would they high 40 cents? But still, like $15 for that batch is not worth it. I think that was the worst Loblaws delivery only batch I've taken so far. So if anybody happened to pick up a Loblaws delivery only batch, it's going to this customer, just cancel it, decline it. Let somebody else do it. It's not worth it, especially on a rainy day and you have to carry 5 cases of water. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. After that Loblaws delivery only batch and I dropped it off, I was driving to a new hotspot trying to get orders, and I was just playing with my phone. And while I was playing with my phone, I was on the Uber app and I accepted this order. And when I was like, was it an $11 order? Going only about 4 kilometers? Well, I might as well risk it because I think I saw it on the screen and it's going to Osmo. So I went in and picked up the food. There were only 2 bags of food and it's going to an office just a little bit south of it. Actually, like, text the guy, but he didn't ever reply. So I called the guy, never replied. And I found at the office, and I walked in and I said, "Did you guys order Uber?" And the customer was like, "Yeah, I did order Uber." And then he said, "I'm gonna help you carrying the bag," which is nice of him. And the order is actually $11, going only 3.8 kilometers, and the order ended up being $15 after the tips came in. Woohoo! As I was dropping that Osmos order off, I received this skip order, $11.93, only going 5.3 kilometers. The drop-off spot is a little bit north than I expected, but I still take it anyway because it's only 5.3 kilometers. And after I had accepted that skip order, Uber has sent me another Osmos order. And this time I didn't take a screenshot because I was in a rush trying to find the drop-off of the first Osmos. And I think it was $6.80, only going 3.9 kilometers. So I went to pick up the skip order first, which is at Porta Via, and the food is already ready. So I just went to pick it up, and it was quick and easy. And then I went to Osmos. Because it's actually on the way to the skip drop-off. So I picked up Osmos, and the food is also ready too. So I went to the restaurant, pick it up, and it's going to a hotel. So first I went to drop off the Uber's order because the hotel is closer to the skip drop-off. So went to the hotel first, and the customer is already waiting in front of the lobby, which is great. I like customers like that. So he was actually waiting outside the lobby, and I just basically gave him the food and then went my way to drop off to the skip orders drop off. And the skip orders drop off is actually an office, and the people are really nice there, and they're really, really appreciative, and yeah, they seem like pretty good people, and it was great. Like, I think, like, it's just, my life just took a turn all of a sudden. After I dropped off that skip order, I received another skip order. Fresh burgers, $7.28, only going 2.1 kilometers. And the drop-off spot is actually pretty close to where I was. So I've decided to do it, might as well. I'm actually in the area anyway. And I don't want to waste any gas going back down yet if I haven't ordered. So I decided to take it. And as I was driving to Fresh Burgers, I received this Uber Eats order. Magic noodle, I think it's $10 going close to 10 kilometers. But the drop-off spot, it's actually where I wanted to be after I dropped off the skip, because it was around 2:30-ish, 2:45, and the lunch rush is basically over. So I want to go back to the area that I wanted it. So I've decided to take that Uber Eats order too. And the skip order, like, the food is already ready, so I just picked them up. And then I went to the Uber Eats restaurant, Magic Noodles, to pick up the food. And the food was also ready, so it worked really well. And I went to drop up that skip first. So after I dropped off that skip order, which is at a store in an office area, I received this DoorDash order from Chipotle, $12, only going 6 kilometers. And I was actually happy because I took advantage of the peak pay. There was a $1.50 peak pay yesterday, and I just happened to be able to take advantage of the peak pay. So, and the drop-off spot was actually the same as the Uber Eats drop-off, and I got lucky there, so I took it. And even, like, for me to drive back, the Chipotle is on the way anyway. So I took that DoorDash order, went to Chipotle and picked up that order. And Chipotle is always good in my area. They always have the food ready. So I went to the rack and get the food. And as I was driving to Chipotle, I got a stack from DoorDash. Aroma espresso bar, it's $8, only going 3 kilometers. And guess what? That Aroma espresso bar, it's actually just across from my drop-off for both Ubers and DoorDash. So it worked out really well, and I got lucky. I was so happy. I don't know what to say. Like, today, it was a lucky day. So anyways, so I went to pick up that Chipotle order, and then I went to Aroma espresso bar, which that Aroma espresso bar always have the food ready. So they have the food ready, gave it to me, and I went to drop off both Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Aroma espresso bar. The Uber Eats one is actually an apartment, so the customer was waiting for me at the lobby, and which was good. And the DoorDash pickup was actually an office that is really close to the apartment, so I just had to walk a few steps, get up the elevator, and drop off at the receptionist, and everything was good. And then I dropped off that aroma espresso bar, which is at a house. Usually it was even better. It worked out really well. I got lucky there. It worked out really well. Yay! After I dropped off that aroma espresso bar order from DoorDash, I received this Uber Eats order. $11 going only 6.8 kilometers. And it's a stack order, so I had to go to 2 restaurants to pick it up. The first restaurant was Mom's Korean Cuisine. And I had to wait for a little bit for the food because I guess the restaurant was so packed and there was only one person working at the front of the house. So the food was ready. She just had to pack it up. So I waited for like a few minutes, waited for her to pack up the food, and then went to Old Village Bistro to pick up the food. The first dropout was actually the Mom's Korean Cuisine kitchen, and it's going to a spa. And I was having trouble finding a spot because the signs were not pretty obvious. So I called the customer and they let me know where exactly the spa is, and I found it. So everything worked well. And the second drop off was actually at a house, which was even better. And at the end, that order actually came to be $13. Yay! Uber Eats high tips too, but I don't mind making 13. Like, it was showing 11 and now it's 13. I don't mind that. After I dropped that Uber Eats order off, the Old Fish Bistro off, I received this Uber Eats order, $6 for 4.4 kilometers. It's at a McDonald's nearby, and I don't really like the mileage, but because it's going back to the area I wanted it, so I've decided to take it. There were 7 items, and the staff member at the McDonald's gave me only a bag, and then I was about to turn to the main road, and I got a call from McDonald's saying there was another bag. So I had to make a U-turn, go back to the McDonald's, and pick up the second bag, and they offered me a free drink. I didn't take a picture. I forgot to take a picture. I was too excited. So they gave me a free drink, and then I went to drop it off. It's at a high school, and the kid is actually pretty pissy. Like, my phone was not working well. I don't know why. Like, the Uber Eats app is just too sticky. Like, sometimes it just doesn't swipe. So I have to restart the phone and have to work everything. Like, I have to let the phone restart. And the kid was pissy. I guess he was waiting for a long time. But dude, like, you just have to wait sometimes. You tip very little. And so after I got the phone situation done, he got the food. Everything was good. He's just a little pissy. He's a kid. He's a little pissy. He doesn't like waiting. So yeah, that was good. After I dropped the McDonald's order off, I received this order from Uber Eats. Cha Miao. $6.07 going only 2.9 kilometers. Cha Miao is a boba place, and the customer ordered only 1 drink. Check it out. Just 1 drink. And the drop-off is actually at a bank. And luckily for me today, I don't know why, customer just knew where I am. And as soon as I drove to the bank, she just walked out of the front, and I just gave her the drink. It worked out pretty well. So after I dropped off that Cha Miao boba drink order, I received this Cornershop batch from Walmart. Going to Walmart, $27.70, only going 5.8 kilometers to customer's house. I've decided to take it because miles to money ratio was good, and there weren't that many items in my opinion. So that was a quick little shop, and there weren't that many bulky groceries too. So it was good. But at the end, I made one refund, and the customer didn't tip. And my final pay for that batch is only $27.19 because I made a refund. I'm not gonna replace cilantro with parsley. It's just not gonna happen. They taste very different. Not gonna do it. It's okay. Just take away my 60 cents off. It's fine. And you don't give me a tip. I'm fine with it too. I take Cornershop batches on face value, so doesn't really matter with me. I know some people just don't tip. So after I dropped off that Cornershop batch, I received this Uber Eats order. Sushi sauce, $7.20, going only 5.2 kilometers. Again, the dollars to kilometers ratio was not the greatest, but I took it anyway because it drove me back to close to where I live. So I've decided to take it. The drop off is at the restaurant, so I guess the customer doesn't like. And she works there, so I guess she doesn't like the food that's serving at her workplace, maybe. So she walked out of the door again, and I just gave the food to her. And when I check my Uber app at night, it says the estimate for this trip is $7.20. So she didn't tip, and there's no tip. What's going on? How long has she waited for the food? Or somebody stole the food and she has to reorder it? I don't know. Drop a comment. What do you think about that? Why there's no tip? And why is the base so high? Comment down below. So that last sushi spot Uber Eats order was my last order of the day. And after I dropped off the food, it was 4:04 p.m. So essentially I worked about 6.5 hours. And in total, after tips came in for Cornershop, I made $173.73. So that's about $27 an hour. Yay! Not really bad for a Tuesday. Seriously, not that bad. I know my market is not the best in terms of orders, like in terms of offers. Like it's not the best, but I'm glad that I made $27 an hour. Yay! So that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button, smash the like button, leave comments, ask questions. I will always answer them. I have never missed anyone. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.